in this class, we're going to talk about how to add resources to your resources database and how to tag them so they appear on your second brain and your knowledge labs. So if I go here, let's say for example that you're reading this book, Thinking Fast and Slow by Daniel Kahneman. The way you would add this to your knowledge lab, to your resources tab, would be just by copying, go to your resources tab. Let's wait a second, let's add a new one. Let's add the name of it. Let's say that this is a book. We're not gonna tie it to a knowledge lab yet, which we haven't read it yet. So we're gonna say not started, right? It jumped over here. It's not tied to an area either. It's not tied for project, and it doesn't have anything else except for an image. So we're gonna add an icon, and we're gonna click on this icon, and we're gonna say we're gonna upload, like get the image from a link. So if I go here, I can just say let me see, copy image address, or you could open the image in a new tab. So if you copy image address and you click here, paste, see, you're gonna get the cover is gonna pop up there. You're gonna do the same thing. So embed link, paste, embed, and that way you're gonna get like a really cool view. When you go to your second brain and you go to your books, you're gonna see that it's showing the cover of it. So it's a really good way of actually visually just jumping to the book that you're reading and seeing it here. The way this would work, you would actually, as you read the book, you would take notes. If, for example, I read in a Kindle, so what I do is I highlight a lot of things and I take notes at the same time. There's a plugin that can get it from the Amazon Kindle site and drop it into your Notion directly, but I'm not going to show you that because you need to pay for it, and I don't want you to pay for a premium service. What you could do is you could actually just go to your Kindle and just send the notes as an email and just copy and paste them here. We're also another like very common resource that I actually gather in my resources page is articles. Let's say for example that you're here on Medium and you're reading this article and you want to save it. Well, there's a really cool Chrome extension for Notion. You can actually just click on it and it lets you save the page whatever you want. So I'm gonna save it in this other one, not the KMS template. You're gonna search for the page. I'm gonna save it on resources database, and let's do save page. What I like to do is I say open in Notion and modify it, but what we're going to do is we're going to go here, we're going to go to resources, and we're going to see that, oh, you see it appeared here automatically. So if we open it, we actually have the link here, and it depends on the page, but sometimes it does this that is doing right now, which is it actually pastes the content of it. So it's way easier to read it. You can actually just, as you read it, you can actually start taking notes. Instead of, let's say you do Command B and you highlight, you can do right click, you can just do this and say, oh, I want this to be highlighted in yellow, and I want this to be green, to be yellow, and I want this to be also yellow. So as you read, you can actually start taking notes. What I would do, this is an article, we haven't actually categorized it. So we would go to type, we would say this is an article. We would, maybe this is related to a project that we're working at, so we would go here and say, oh, this is very related to this project, the RLL blog post. So it's now related to that. The status, this needs summarization. I already read it, but I need to summarize it because I don't want to have just a bunch of articles here. I want to have summaries of articles because I don't want to have to read things again. I would just want to have to recall what I've already read, and having a great like summarizing on a way that in the future you're going to actually be able to understand what you read and to remember is the best way to do that. You remember, you could also tag it to, I mean, link it to the knowledge lab, to an area. You could link it to even a task. So that's a way you would gather resources from the internet.